is Ashley Mahoney, and I am doing a demonstration speech today on how to properly tie a full Windsor tie. So for today, I will be asking my wonderful model and boyfriend to step up, and he's going to be offering us basically as a little mannequin. And so what we have here is a lovely tie, and what you want to start off with is by buttoning the top two buttons. This is key when you're trying to make sure this is fitting securely. And so this can be a little uncomfortable. You have your person tilt their chin back upward, and here we go. It can be a little difficult at first, but get that in there nice and secure and snug. Flip the collar upward so you have proper room to work. And what you want to do is, for ladies, I know some of you may not actually be interested in this, but it's important because you may come across a gentleman who doesn't know how to tie a tie, which could be important for a job interview, work-related things, military, or driving him to attend a wedding he doesn't really want to. So this is important. So for ladies, if you're helping a gentleman, you're going to take the narrow end in your right hand and the wider end in your left. Gentlemen, you'd be opposite, of course. And so flip it over. And what you want to do here is make sure that your operation for tying the tie is done here at the second to top one. So what you want to do is take the wide end, lay it over top of the narrow end. Make sure you have about 3 to 4 inches of space to work with on this end. Okay, and take your wide end, you're going to loop it under, and you're going to just pull it upward and through. And you're going to lay it on the other side of your narrow end. And the key part in this is to make sure that nothing is crinkled or twisted during the process, otherwise you're going to come out with a very sloppy looking tie. So make sure you adjust as you go along as needed. Take this end, you're going to loop it under, pull it out, and this is where some people get a little confused. Make sure the back side is facing outward at this point. You're going to flip that over and pull through again so it's still facing outward. And we'll fix that in just a moment. But again, make sure no twists or crinkles. And here you're going to do pretty much the same thing again as you did the first time you were on the side. Take your wide end, flip it over, and what this creates is the face of the tie that you typically see at the top point right between the two collars. And what you want to do is take this end, pull it back up through, and here is where a lot of people, you can lay it back here on the side of the shoulder and take your finger, create just a little bit of room to allow space to pull the wide end through of that little loop that you just made. Take your wide end, pull it down through, and at this point, once you have a hold of it, take your 2 fingers right here, hold the face of the tie and pull down, and here is where it can get a little messy if you don't secure it properly like I did, but that's where it's a great learning opportunity to also just go ahead and do a little quick fix. Pull snug, not too tight because you will wind up pulling out the innards of the tie that you just created. And so snug, pull down just a little bit. And at this point, you want to make sure this is down where it needs to be. Take your left hand, hold on to the narrow end. Take your right hand, grab hold of the knot and pull upward. Not too tight because you don't want to choke them. But make sure it's nice and snug. And then from this point, we're going to go ahead and flip the collar downward. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that the corners of the knot that we've just created are actually not showing, so it can be covered properly. Adjust the front as needed and have them turn around so that we can make sure there's nothing of this showing. We don't want that. So do a little tuck and coverage there. Turn around. And what is great to also add to well done tie is perhaps a tie clip if you're going to somewhere fancy, some cuff links, anything of that sort. So that is how to properly tie a full Windsor tie. Thank you so much. And my wonderful audience, a big thank you to them for staying up and being so very patient.
How long is this piece supposed to be?